From safety to making YouTube videos, electronics are pretty important in the backcountry. Welcome back, guys and gals. My name is Matt. My channel is all about hiking and backpacking. I'm into hammock camping and I'm Canadian. I go to some pretty banging places in the Rockies. If any of that interests you guys, please consider clicking on that subscribe button. Like I was saying, electronics in the backcountry. I do think it's pretty important rocking electronics in the backcountry. I rely on it for safety and making my YouTube videos. I rely on it for entertaining myself. So we're going to kind of go over what I use for electronics. I do get asked about it quite a bit, and I actually haven't really gone over what I actually carry for electronics in my pack. So we'll go over everything. We'll go over all the weights of what I carry for electronics in my kit. So let's get going. First thing we're going to talk about with electronics is what I carry all my electronics in. I've been using a Ribs front pack. What it is, basically, it's a 2-pouch front pack with a zipper up the front. I love this thing, but honestly, I'm actually kind of looking to replace it. So the only reason I'm really talking about this is, yeah, I am looking to replace this thing. So if anyone has any suggestions for an ultralight fanny pack, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to get some suggestions on that. Getting into the actual electronics portion of this, the primary electronic that I carry on my backpacking trips is my cell phone. That's what you're watching me from right now. I do all my filming on my cell phone. I take all my pictures with my cell phone. I also run my InReach through my cell phone. So what I'm using for my cell phone is a Samsung Galaxy S10. With the OtterBox case on there, this comes to 190 grams or 6.7 ounces. Going along with that for filming my videos, I use a Joby Gorilla Pod. This thing is 187 grams or 6.6 ounces. I love the flexibility on the legs on this. It's got the ball head for the awesome adjustability. And on the top, on the screw mount here, I've got this little cell phone holder from this company called Ulanzi. This thing is 87 grams or 3 ounces. Pop my cell phone inside. Works great. I love that combination. As I mentioned, something I run with my cell phone, my InReach. I run one of the older delorme model InReaches. I rock this because it does everything that the newer Garmin models do. It's just the older model and it's cheaper. So yeah, you run it through the Earthmate app. It does all the same features. This thing is 197 grams, 6.9 ounces. Almost always see it clipped to my shoulder strap on my pack. That's pretty much where it stays. If you're not sure what an InReach is, this is a 2-way satellite communicator. So I can basically send my fiance a message when I'm out in the field and she can reply to me. I've got an SOS feature on here if I ever get in a rough spot. And you have 2-way comms with a search and rescue crew, which is awesome. Something that also kind of goes along with safety and I guess kind of ties in with my YouTube videos because I do use it quite a bit when I'm filming at night, my headlamp. I use a Black Diamond Revolt headlamp. This thing is 91 grams or 3.2 ounces. It's got a whole bunch of different light features. It's got a red light feature, strobe feature, and a whole bunch of different stuff. I have replaced the original head strap with some shock cord to try and lighten it up. I know it's not the lightest headlamp, and I wish I could get one of those Nightcore NU25 things, but this is what I got for now, and it works great. It's USB rechargeable, which is a huge thing for me. You guys are going to find out more about that in a little bit. Back, let's talk about my accessory bag for my electronics. What I've got in here is all my charging cords because all of my electronics are USB rechargeable. First thing in the bag, my USB-C cable. 22 grams, 0.8 ounces. This charges my cell phone. That's all it's for. I also carry a little micro USB cable, 14 grams or half an ounce. This will charge up my InReach or my headlamp. 15 grams or another half ounce, I do carry a set of Samsung headphones. The reason I carry these headphones in particular is these are actually the headphones that came with my Galaxy S10 cell phone. This little mic here, I will actually use this as a makeshift lav mic if it's really windy conditions. So I'll just plug this into my phone and kind of have this dangle in the front here so it kind of cuts out some of the wind noise. And also I like the headphones because I can use them as earplugs at night because they actually go into my ear and they will seal. And I also do enjoy watching movies at night, but we'll get into that in a little bit. The last thing I carry inside that little accessory bag is just a little tiny microfiber lens cloth. This thing weighs 2.5 grams or 0.01 ounces, weighs practically nothing. I wear synthetic t-shirts and it really sucks trying to wipe your camera lens with a synthetic shirt. So I find this works really well for wiping my lens instead of my synthetic shirt, which I find it just makes a lot of smudge marks. So yeah, I carry a little microfiber lens cloth. And all that goes inside a little Ziploc freezer bag, which weighs 6 grams or 0.2 ounces. So if you've noticed a theme of my electronics and all my cords, everything is USB rechargeable. I recharge all of my electronics with a USB battery bank. What battery bank I bring depends on the length of the trip I'm going on. I have a 10,000 milliamp battery bank, which I find will last me up to about 4 days trip. But generally, if I'm going on anything longer than a 3-day backpacking trip, I take my 20,000 milliamp battery bank. Both of these are Aukey brand. The 10,000 milliamp battery bank weighs 198 grams or 6.9 ounces. The 20,000 milliamp battery bank weighs 385 grams or 13.6 ounces. They both have a dual USB output, so I can have both my electronics going at the same time. Generally what I'll do is first thing in the morning, pop my cell phone into here and I'll just let that charge up while I'm cooking my breakfast and doing all that stuff, so my cell phone is fully charged, ready to go to start the day. That's usually the only electronic that I have to charge on a backpacking trip. I found with my InReach, if I have it fully charged before I leave for a trip, I can definitely get up to about an 8-day backpacking trip on one charge of the InReach. I turn it off at night, I run it throughout the day, I run the tracking feature, I turn the tracking off when I get to camp, I keep it turned on so that I can fire Lindsay a message, she can reply to me. And then after that, I turn it off, I turn it on first thing in the morning. So yeah, it's pretty easy to conserve battery life on the InReach, I find. And my headlamp, I don't generally use my headlamp a whole lot. I will turn it on sporadically at night if I need to see where I'm going, but generally my headlamp, one charge of my headlamp will last me a long time. I just make sure it's topped up before I leave for a trip, so I don't usually have any issues with that. But with that said, it is nice having the ability to top it up if I need to. I have run into the issue before where when I first got my headlamp, I didn't know how to turn the lock feature on. So my headlamp actually turned on in my pack and completely drained. So it was nice when I got to camp, I have my battery bank, plug my headlamp in, was able to charge that up, a little bit of a boost, that way I could see. One bonus item that goes with my electronic setup is my hang time hook. I do enjoy watching movies, so I hang this from the ridgeline of my hammock and I'll clip my phone inside of it and I'll watch movies at night. So yeah, I do include this with my electronic kit because the only reason I'm carrying this is because I've got the electronics. So there it is. That's my backcountry electronic setup. What do you guys rock for backcountry electronics? Do you do the battery bank setup? Do you still use batteries? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any suggestions on items that I could be using that might shave a little bit of weight off of my kit, also let me know. And like I asked at the start, if anyone has any ultralight fanny pack suggestions, please drop those for me in the comment section down below. Anyways, I am Maddie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.